This is the menu for Café Iberico, a Spanish tapas bar and restaurant based in downtown Chicago. Almost at the top of the menu, you can see something called ensalada rusa listed, which translates to Russian salad. It's also called ensaladilla rusa in some places. Ensaladilla rusa is one of the most popular Spanish appetizers, and popular with Spanish food enthusiasts all over the world. So how did a dish that literally translates to Russian salad become a mainstay of Spanish cuisine? Find out more after the guitar riff. In the 1860s, the French-Belgian chef Lucien Olivier started serving a very fancy potato salad at his Hermitage restaurant in Moscow, Russia. Depending on the season, it contained grouse, duck, veal tongue, crayfish tails, capers, and a secret sauce that probably resembled mayonnaise. It was later dubbed Olivier salad and became the restaurant's most popular dish, drawing wealthy Russians from near and far to the Hermitage restaurant in Moscow. Olivier kept the full recipe a secret until his death in 1883, but there were plenty of attempts to copy its success. Over time, colloquial recipes for Olivier salad were simplified. The secret sauce became straight mayonnaise, the capers were replaced with peas and carrots, and chicken or ham substituted the fancier meats. Now, making substitutions to leverage more readily available local ingredients has been a mainstay of culinary history all over the world. But at this point, the ingredients had changed so much that it is fair to ask if Olivier salad was even the same dish anymore. Hey man, I made you a spanakopita.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Now, I was out of spinach, dough, and feta cheese, so I had to make some substitutions. Here you go, enjoy.
This is a cream cheese bagel with lettuce on it.
You mean you don't like it?
It's actually pretty good.
McDonald's, now offering spanakopita. Ba-da-da-da-da. After Olivier salad was simplified in Russia, variations started to appear all across Europe. When my mom was growing up in Greece, rosiki salata was understood to be mayonnaise-based potato salad. But it was nowhere near as popular as in Spain, where so many people started making it at home that frozen food companies like Frudesa started pre-packaging the potatoes, peas, and carrots you needed for the basic recipe so people could make it in as little as 10 minutes. Here's what it takes to make a typical plate. Frudesa bags are a little hard to come by in the States, so we're doing this the old-fashioned way. 3 large potatoes and 5 large carrots. Boil the potatoes and the carrots until they're al dente. You don't want to turn them into mush. If you're using a pressure cooker, that means about 7 minutes under pressure. If you're using a humble saucepan, it should be about 20 minutes, but make sure you keep checking with a fork so that you don't overboil. Once that's done and drained, here's a little tip to make cutting vegetables into cubes faster. Cut the long way first, then horizontally, then in slices. I'm using frozen peas, which only need to be warmed up for 5 minutes or so in a saucepan. So I'll do that separately and then drain the water when they're done. And now comes the first major difference with Olivier salad. Instead of chicken or ham, Spanish ensaladilla rusa usually adds tuna for protein. In Andalusia and other parts of southern Spain, a lot of households and restaurants opt for shrimp as their protein instead of tuna. But I grew up with tuna, or atún or bonito as it's called in Spanish, so that's what I'll be using today. 2 cans are enough for this recipe. Remember to drain any excess liquid before adding the tuna to the other ingredients. We're ready for the final touch, olives stuffed with anchovies. The brand I'm using is literally called La Española, and yes, there's another catchy jingle behind this one as well.
Soy la española, una aceituna como ninguna. Estoy rellena de rica anchoa. Soy la española, una aceituna como ninguna. Su aperitivo y su ensalada con la española sabrán mejor.
Next, the mayonnaise. Funnily enough, Hellmann's mayonnaise has been popular in Spain for a few decades, due in part to a clever marketing campaign in the 1980s. With all that mixed together, we're ready to seal it and put it in the refrigerator for cooling. Ensaladilla, like revenge, is a dish best served cold. So there you have it, the story of how a Russian dish became simplified, exported, and eventually adopted and perfected into Spanish cuisine. If you have a favorite dish that you want to learn a little bit more about, let me know in the comment section below. Who knows, it may be the subject of a future video. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't cook angry.